So this is a character with an extreme niche. I don't think we see characters that double, triple, quadruple down on an idea more than Sanson. If there is ever a character that is able to inflict the human trait on enemies, holy shit, this man is actually gonna pop the fuck off. Uh, but it's not just him that would pop off. That would be literally any other servant that uses bitch too. So if that servant was an esport, it's GG. Buster is gonna be definitely reigning supreme for a very long time. If it's a character closer to like Miss Crane, yeah, you're probably it's gonna be staying in boss fights, and it's not gonna be nearly as widespread. But let's talk about Sanson, Mr. Guillotine. This man is supposed to be a DPS against humans. What's the issue with that? Humans are not bosses unless you're in Lost Belt 3. So, again, unless you can inflict human, we're kind of in the same situation as OG Scotty before Shufu came out. Not even before her most recent buff, before sorry, not Shufu, Wuzeti in Summer, where she was able to make sure the enemy was undead. So Shisho, fighting divine enemies, got both of her power mods in her that MP. Like, Shisho's MP with everything ramped up is one of the hardest hitting things in the game. So being able to do that for Sanson, like that, I think he would just take it to so high an extreme. I don't know. But let us see. So, again, DPS with 2-star stats. If he's not hitting niche, do not use him. Straight up. Don't even think about it. You're on such an uphill battle, it's not even funny. He is so heavily weighted towards power mods. I don't even think using Black Rail would be smart. Especially because he is Buster. You would use him with Vitch, and power mods and MP damage are in the same part of the formula. For him, it probably would be better to just use Honey Lake, so his face, just so like everything is like one type of buff. Like, I would give up that 40% MP damage. Yeah, no, I would trade Black Rail for Honey Lake for him specifically. Even if the MP is such a big part, it's just diluted buffs. I would rather make his face cards better and give him Invul Pierce. Especially because he's going to be burning health because Vitch is making it lower. This man's already a 2-star. We really don't need to be actually bleeding him dry. Get it? Because he's an executioner. Oh, that was a good one. All right. First power mod he has, anti-evil. No complaints here. Anti-evil, very applicable. You're not gonna see pretty much anyone complain that he has this. A lot of shit. There's a lot of servants, a lot of enemies. Now, most trash mobs do not have alignments unless they're in an area like Shinjuku, where like that was the point of the place. Everyone there had was evil alignment. Yeah, like this is not a small niche. There aren't too many riders that are evil, but there's more than a few. There's more than a few to make this like viable in a boss fight for anti-evil. Second skill is a heal with a cleanse. I could have criticisms on this, but it's fine if he has a heal. It's not the worst thing, and it cleanses too. If it was just a heal, I'd have more to say, but It does the job. Third skill is where the problem lied and where they decide to double down. So, power mod against humans. So, on a farmer, this is not the worst thing because a lot of trash mobs are human. Right? Especially Shinjuku. A lot of them are human. A lot of them are berserkers. Even zombies count as humans. So, you have Salem. Yeah, you have Salem, you have Shinjuku. Maybe even Agartha too. Wait, was Agartha literally all humans? I think all the enemies were humans. Huh, that makes sense. Um, yes, but that's not the bosses. You saw those were mobs, not servants. So you have a single target DPS that's really good at killing mobs, and so few bosses you would need to be looking it up to know. And that I think is Sanson's like biggest problem, user error. People aren't going to fucking know if Sanson's actually effective there if the game is not straight up telling you or you already know that. And even then, the game straight up telling you it's probably not even enough. Like, this was never enough for people to pick him. Not outside of memes. So, what do you do if you either have to completely rework a meme into being useful or just make the meme even more of a meme? Even though, like, they roided this thing out, I still think this is a meme. I don't think people are seriously going to be using Sanson anytime soon. But this is just funny. So, he increases insta-kill success rate by 150%. So what does this look like in math? It means in the calculator, instead of your multiplying the base insta-kill chance by, so skipping ahead to the MP. His base insta-kill chance at OC1 is 30. So, and I'm not going to do decimals here because then not putting even more decimals into insta-kill chance. This is going to make the number, okay, so if I actually put in the decimals for this, it's going to make the chance look even lower. So I'm just putting that out there. So 30% here times 1.5. This is not how that works. That is not how that works. That is how that skill works at level 1. That's the level 1 scaling. Level 2 scaling is that. Now, that is significantly different. Going from a 30% chance to insta-kill to 75, but this is the base, but this is fighting against insta-kill res and everything, so take this with a grain of salt. This is the 75% of whatever the base insta-kill chance of the enemy. It is not you have a 75% chance to insta-kill every enemy. You have 75% of their base insta-kill chance. That's how it works for you, the player. That's not how it works for the enemy. The enemy, their formula is different. They're insta-killing you like every other time. But that's not where it stops here, because if you're fighting humans, we'll take that 30. And so we'll learn what we did before. You always add a 1 in front of the percentages. So 1 plus 300, or 1 plus 3, is 4. 120%. And humans have a very, very high insta-kill base chance. So when you're at this level, 120%, if their base chance is like in the 80s, you're insta-killing them. There's so not only do you insta-kill have a higher chance to insta-kill to go with the power mod, you get MP damage 30%, which is not small. Is a very good number. It's more than Jack got. Jack only got 20. Sanson gets 30? Honestly, for me, this is another reason not to use Black Rail. Because you're really getting oversaturated with the MP damage. Now, if you are using Oberon, yeah, you should definitely use Black Rail. But if you're not using Oberon, run Honey Lake. Because then you get Invul Pierce, and you can get another power mod on top of everything. 20 battery is not good, but at the end of the day, you're not doing actual buster farming with Vitch, so this is annoying, but it's not deal breaking because you weren't doing normal insta kill Vitch farming in the first place. It's like this battery is just there, cool. If it helps, it helps. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Move on from it. Like, this is just hard to calculate when Vitch makes Buster cards give you MP gain, but Sanson only has the one, so it's not like he can do it reliable. And also because he only has the one, probably might want to do a Mighty Chain, but probably not, because then if you do have the Buster card, you can't do anything with it. And why would you not want to try critting on this Buster card when it's literally getting like so much fucking power mods? It's literally going to be like 150 plus crit damage on this. At that point, I don't care about the Mighty Chain. Crit on the Arts card. Buster card does as much damage as possible. Move on. Star Gen. Yeah, we're pretty much... I'm closing this up because I'm already talking too long about Sanson. It's 8 and I want to stream. Pens, you're going to get them eventually. He's a low star. MP, no normal effect. 2 OCs. Base chance to insta-kill 30, and it scales all the way up to 80. If you are just trying to like blitz something down really quick, I would probably try to increase the OC for this, because even if you're not fighting humans, that's not a bad chance. I'm like 90% sure, like, if you can get Sanson to overcharge 3, and get him to MP, he would be doing like, you could use him in some places. Like, this is close to Doman's insta-kill number, but I'm never going to compare Sanson to Doman. Never. It's like OC5 is when it gets much significantly better, but how much are you going to try to get Sanson's overcharge this high? How much damage are you actually giving up? Other part of the OC, I have fucking no problem with. 30% defense down as the base, and it goes up to 50. Fuck's sake. Like, they did the skill buff to fix his MP, so they didn't have to buff it again. Which, in their defense, they didn't fuck up his MP scaling, so they technically do have every right to not want to buff an MP again. Like, if that's kind of my philosophy. Like, if you fucked up someone's MP buff, they kind of deserve to get another MP buff. Whether it's like you literally didn't give them a normal effect. If you're able to do that on a skill to basically give an MP a normal effect, cool. But like Jack, Vlad, they needed to buff his MP twice. Medea, she doesn't need it now because she's like doing the same damage as her competition, but she still deserves to have proper scaling on her MP. Preferably in respect to the VA, but we're past that point. And she literally just got buffed, so probably not. Bond CE. In-skill success rate up 10%. MP gen while he's on the field. Yeah, so if you can make use of this guy, awesome. You are going to be happy. Like regular enjoys of him, you're just gonna have fun. Because I truly think when you insta kill someone in a CQ, it is the funniest shit. It is so goddamn funny because it's so rare that it happens. It's like those miracle runs that like you just have to appreciate. All right, time for me to stream. Peace. Hi, so I just wanted to fit this in before Sanson's video was officially done. Right now on NA, Hunting Quest is going on, and thinking through it during stream, a Hunting Quest is literally the best use case for Sanson because if all the enemies are human, he has a chance to just insta kill, and then you are strictly focused on refund. But there's an issue with doing that if you're just buster farming. Like you're gonna need a turn of critting, but you're using Vich. Critting on humans with Sanson, like no matter his level in a Hunting Quest, yeah, you're probably just gonna obliterate it. So yeah, just thought I'd fit that in there. It's not something that's entirely likely, but that truly probably is Sanson's best use case. And hey, a 2-star being your main DPS for like a Hunting Quest means you can like bond farm like a maybe 2 4-stars or a 5-star in the backline. While like especially if you have Vich and Oberon already bond 15. Just thought I'd put that out there. Here's the actual end of the video. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like or sub. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.